we kind of talk about this a lot on this show, Pete, but like so the three of us, based on the stories you guys have just shared, like we all grew up in households where we were cared for and safe and loved. But we also, it sounds like, all grew up in households where our parents didn't do things that we do for our kids, like getting down on their level and talking to them about their processing their feelings and constantly wrapping our arms around them and squeezing them and telling them that they're confident and creative and funny. And what is it about people, parents of our generation, that have moved towards this kind of parenting? Like what inspired it for dads like us, I guess, to want to assume that role, to naturally see themselves as that kind of dad,
I think
when it wasn't modeled to us necessarily.
Well, I think they were doing better than their parents did. And everybody takes the ball and runs it forward. And, you know, my father provided and was reliable. I don't really know too much, about how he was raised, but I do know I have a strong sense that he did better. And I think it's an interesting question. My guess would be that modern life, we're all from the East Coast. It's like navel gazing. That was like such a put down. It's like, like philosophy, psychotherapy, or psychology, certainly anthropology. These are all like navel gazing, meaning you need to have your base needs met. You can't really spend too much time wondering about your child's needs if you're worried about food or shelter or whatever it might be. And I just think like modern life having gotten more comfortable, just literally like pizza being delivered. Like in the 80s, that was a newer thing. They'll drive it to your house, and that's progressed. And the internet. And when I think about my dad, he kept a notebook, he still does, in his front breast pocket where he writes down the things he has to do. And he's, I wouldn't say he's always stressed out, but he carries a good amount of stress. He often can't read his writing, and it's all these things, and there's no dates or priorities. It's all this stuff. And every time I'm sitting at a dinner table, let's say, and I realize in a panic that I didn't reply to a very important email, and I just do it. I just take out my phone, I search for it, find it, write, yes, let's do this, send, and I'm back at the dinner. I'm just like, no kidding. I have more time to get down on one knee and mirror my daughter's reality to her. When I run out of Brazil nuts, I can go on Amazon and overnight them. And these aren't fancy things. Like, I mean, it sort of is, and but it also isn't. You can call an Uber. You can all of these. You can call a TaskRabbit to fix that thing. So of course we freed up this time, and I also just think like, it's just the way everything works, even down to the cells in our body. Some cell develops a certain skill and then it sheds it, and the next one has what that one had and a little bit more. It's just how it goes. And we don't need to waste time being like, oh, our parents had so much less. We should really be wondering, what will our kids be saying about us?
Right. Yeah,
like how will we, what's our blind spot? Obviously we don't know, but there will be one. There will be something. But what I always say is, it won't be that my daughter didn't feel held in my awareness. Like, whatever our fuck up is, it will not be that I superimposed some other image. I try really deliberately to see her and hold her as she is, and witness it and honor it. And I'm like, kind of in a Mr. Rogers-y way, if I'm doing that, if in 20 years they're like, yeah, but you, whatever. I don't want to make a guess because it would sound insensitive. But if you didn't do this, you gave me shoes when everyone knows that shoes bind your feet, and I didn't want to be wearing shoes. How dare you? I'd be like, yeah, but I when I catch my daughter looking at her. You ever just look at your kids? And when she catches me just looking at her and smiling, when she knows that she's delighted in, I'm like, I'll take the shoe shit in 2032. You knew your dad loved you. You know what I mean? Like you knew more than just loved you, like was really taken with you and made the effort to witness you.
Yeah. Hey friends, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you listen to podcasts, you can find Modern Dadhood on Apple, Amazon Music, Stitcher, Spotify, or wherever you might listen.